The hacking of an Australian defence firm has raised concerns in Washington, which has sought answers on how data from sensitive projects including the American-designed Joint Strike Fighter was so easily stolen, Fairfax Media understands. It is understood that U.S. officials have issued a please explain to Australia as to whether the information security measures used by the small company that was a subcontractor on several major projects involving sensitive U.S. intellectual property were sufficient. An official from the Australian Signals Directorate, the nation's defence cyber spies, revealed last week that hackers, the directorate codenamed ALF after a home and away character, possibly backed by a foreign government, breached the firm in 2016 and stole 30 gigabytes worth of data. The data included commercially sensitive material on defence projects including the $14 billion Joint Strike Fighter program, the P-8 Poseidon surveillance plane and several naval ships. An F-35 Joint Strike Fighter at RAF Base Amberley, Queensland. Photo Max Mason Hubers. The firm had what the ASD official branded sloppy IT security, including using default admin and guest logons and passwords. A U.S. State Department official declined to comment on this specific case but said that as a general matter, we can say that the State Department expects all individuals and companies to take necessary steps to safeguard sensitive defense technologies to fully comply with international traffic in arms regulations. Much of the data was covered by these U.S. regulations, which require any company or foreign government that handles such data to register information with the State Department demonstrating it follows minimum required security standards. It is understood the U.S. is now asking questions as to whether this company was indeed following those standards. The State Department expects that all parties with access to such data, including governments, contractors and subcontractors, comply with the regulations and avoid violations. The hacking entity was codenamed ALF after Alf Stewart, the longtime home and away character. Cybersecurity Minister Dan Tehan said the government was doing everything it could to make sure all its defense and spy agencies were secure, and sought to downplay the latest hack. Where they were penetrated it was to do with commercial in confidence, it wasn't anything to do with our national security, he said on Sunday. Australian industry sources said it is often a murky question as to who is responsible for overseeing the security of smaller subcontractors, who usually have deals with larger prime contractors. These primes in turn have contracts with the Defense Department. A spokeswoman for the Defense Department said obligations to comply with U.S. regulations were a matter for the company and whomever it was subcontracting to. But she added that defense reviews ATAR compliance on an ongoing basis and is in regular discussion with the United States on ATAR-related matters. The Australian government has said categorically that no classified material was involved in this breach. The defense spokeswoman said the department gave security support and advice through the Defense Industry Security Program to any contractors who were handling classified material. A business, whether a prime contractor or subcontractor, is required to obtain and maintain membership of the Defense Industry Security Program when it will be accessing, handling or storing information across a spectrum of national security classifications, she said. Defence and the Australian Cybersecurity Centre, which leads the government's cyber protection efforts and draws expertise from a number of agencies, had held cybersecurity forums for defence companies in August 2017, she said, with Adam Gartrell.